You're in a relationship, but something inside you whispers that something isn't right. Could your instincts be picking up on something that's not yet clear? She becomes reserved when you ask about the past or mention other men's names, as if she's hiding something. If you're seeking a solid and genuine relationship, you might be falling into a trap. But don't worry, I'm here to help you avoid it. Now, before we move forward, have you ever stopped to think about how recognizing these signs can completely change the way you see your relationship? After all, understanding these signals can be the difference between being with the right person or wasting time with someone who doesn't share your values. So stick with me until the end, because what you're about to discover could change everything. If you want to know if she's had multiple sexual partners in the past, there are some revealing signs that might give you clues. This isn't about judging. It's about finding the right person, someone who won't play with your feelings and who is truly committed. So, what are these signs? Let's start exploring them right now, but don't forget to stay until the end because the last sign might be the most surprising of all. Number 1, she feels extremely comfortable with physical intimacy. When you're in a new relationship, it's natural to expect that the first intimate experience will be something special, a moment of mutual discovery. However, if this moment was different from what you imagined, perhaps surprisingly intense or unsettling, it might reveal more than you think. If she's overly comfortable taking the initiative with a confidence that seems almost professional, this could indicate that she has significant sexual experience. It's as if she already knows exactly what to do without hesitation. But before jumping to conclusions, consider this. Could this confidence just be part of her personality? Some people are naturally more expressive and comfortable with their bodies regardless of their history. In that case, this behavior may simply reflect high self-esteem and a healthy connection with her own sexuality. However, if this makes you uncomfortable or raises questions, it's essential to pay attention to other signs before forming a definitive opinion. Physical intimacy is just one piece of the puzzle, and understanding the full picture requires more observation. Number 2, she avoids emotional closeness. Relationships aren't just about physical chemistry. Emotional connection is the glue that holds two people together in good times and bad. When a man feels vulnerable, he looks to his partner for emotional support, that spiritual connection that can soothe his soul. But what if she dodges these deep connections? This can be a worrying sign, especially if she consistently shows an aversion to discussions about feelings, future plans, or anything that involves opening her heart. If you try to start a meaningful conversation only for her to change the subject or treat the topic superficially, it could indicate that she's avoiding a deeper emotional bond. It's common for people who've had multiple partners in the past to develop an emotional barrier, perhaps as a form of self-protection. However, it's important to consider that she might just be protecting herself from potential emotional wounds. Maybe she's been hurt before and needs time to trust again. In these cases, patience and understanding may be your best allies. But if after a reasonable period, she still keeps an emotional distance, it might be time to assess whether this relationship is meeting your needs. Number 3, her stories are vague or inconsistent. Trust is the foundation of any solid relationship. And to trust someone, you need to know their past, their experiences, their stories. If after months together you still feel that her past is a mystery, or if the stories she tells don't seem to make sense, this is a red flag. For example, she might tell one version of an event one day and a different version the next, or perhaps important details change without explanation. These inconsistencies can be hard to ignore. She might mention a long-term ex but at another time say she never had a serious relationship. Or perhaps she shares stories about hobbies or experiences that don't align with what you know about her current interests. These small discrepancies might seem irrelevant at first, but if they happen frequently, they could indicate that she's trying to hide something or simply doesn't want to revisit parts of her life she'd rather forget. However, not everyone likes to relive old memories, especially if they were painful. She might simply prefer to focus on the present and future with you, avoiding talking about past relationships for fear of causing unnecessary problems. That's why open communication is so important. If you notice these inconsistencies and they bother you, talk to her. Ask about these stories in a non-accusatory way, as someone who wants to understand better the person they love. The way she reacts to this conversation can tell you a lot about her sincerity. Number 4. She frequently changes plans at the last minute. Modern life is hectic, and last-minute plan changes can happen to anyone. But if this has become a routine, you might be dealing with something more than simple, unforeseen events. When a person repeatedly cancels plans, especially if the excuses are always vague, like a last-minute meeting came up or a friend unexpectedly came into town, this could be a sign that you aren't the priority you should be. These constant changes can be incredibly frustrating and draining for the relationship. It might even make you question her real commitment. Is she really busy, or is she avoiding spending time with you for some reason? It's important to remember that we all have responsibilities and unexpected things can happen, but if you notice a pattern of cancellations and unconvincing excuses, it's time to talk. When addressing this issue, do so calmly and openly. Avoid accusations, but express how these cancellations are affecting you. Ask directly if there's something else going on that she's not telling you. Her response can give you a clearer view of her intentions and feelings. If she truly cares, she will make a conscious effort to change this behavior and make you a more important part of her life. Number 5. She compares you to ex-partners. Comparisons are poisonous to any relationship. If she's had multiple partners in the past, it's natural that some memories of those relationships might surface. But when those memories turn into frequent comparisons, it can be extremely harmful. She might mention something trivial, like how the dish you cooked is better than what an ex made, or worse, compare more personal and intimate aspects of your relationship. These comparisons, even if subtle, can undermine your confidence and self-worth. However, it's important to remember that often these comparisons aren't intentional. They might arise spontaneously, without her realizing the impact they have on you. But that doesn't mean you should accept this behavior. If these comparisons become a pattern, it's crucial to address the issue directly. Tell her how you feel when these comparisons are made. Explain that you're not in competition with her ex-partners and that you want to be valued for who you are, not compared to others. A healthy relationship is based on mutual acceptance and respect, not on competing with ghosts from the past. If, after this conversation, she continues to make these comparisons, it might be time to reconsider if this relationship is really what you deserve. Number 6. She's very secretive with her phone. Privacy is important in any relationship, but when it comes to hiding things, the line between privacy and secrecy can be thin. If her phone has become an object of mystery, always turned face down, with silent notifications or strange behaviors like her stepping away to take calls, this can raise suspicions. Why is she being so protective of her phone? Is she hiding something? Of course, there may be innocent explanations for this. Perhaps she values her privacy or is dealing with personal or professional matters she doesn't want to share at the moment. However, if this behavior raises red flags for you, it's important to address it. Ask directly, but in a non-accusatory manner, about what's going on. If she becomes defensive, or turns the situation into a trust issue, interpreting your concern as an invasion of privacy, this could be a sign that there's something more behind it. In a healthy relationship, there shouldn't be a need to hide anything. You should be able to talk openly about anything, including phone use. If, after giving her time to reconsider, the behavior continues, you may be justified in reevaluating the situation. Number 7. She's extremely conscious of her physical appearance. Taking care of one's appearance is natural and healthy, but there's a difference between being vain and being obsessed. If she spends an excessive amount of time getting ready, constantly checking her reflection, or making comparisons with the appearance of others, this could indicate an excessive concern with outward image. But why would this be a problem? If she's so focused on her appearance, it may be a sign that she values superficiality more than substance. Perhaps in her previous relationships, she placed a lot of importance on looks, whether her own or her partner's. This might mean she believes physical appearance is a crucial factor in a relationship. However, if you're seeking a deeper connection, based on values and feelings, this exaggerated emphasis on physicality can be an obstacle. Talk to her about it. Ask why she feels this need to always look impeccable. Could she be insecure about something? Was she criticized for her appearance in past relationships? Understanding the reasons behind this behavior can help you decide whether it's something you can accept and live with or if it's a sign that you have different priorities. Number 8. She avoids talking about sexual health. Talking about sexual health can be uncomfortable, but it's a necessary conversation for any couple that wants to have a healthy and safe relationship. If she avoids this topic, it could indicate that there's something she doesn't want you to know. Maybe she has a sexual history that makes her uncomfortable, or perhaps she's afraid of being judged for her past. Avoiding talking about sexual health can be a sign that she's hiding something, like a sexually transmitted infection, STI, or the use of contraceptive methods she'd rather not discuss. However, these are topics that can't be ignored. Both of your health is at stake, and you need to be on the same page when it comes to safety and comfort in your intimate life. Approach the subject sensitively, making it clear that you're not trying to judge her, but that it's important for both of you to have this conversation. If she continues to avoid the topic, or if her answers are vague, you might have another clue that she's hiding something. This can be a difficult conversation, but it's essential for the health and future of the relationship. Number 9. She avoids introducing you to her friends. Meeting your partner's friends is a big step in any relationship. It's a sign that she wants to integrate you into her life and share what's important to her. However, if she seems reluctant or avoids introducing you to her friends, this could be a sign that there's something in her past that she doesn't want you to discover. She might make excuses like, "It's not the right time," or simply change the subject when you bring up the topic. This can leave you confused and even insecure about where you stand in her life. But why would she do this? Maybe she's hiding something from her past that her friends know about and that she'd prefer you not discover. Or perhaps she had a relationship with one of these friends and doesn't want you to know. Whatever the reason, it's important not to ignore this sign. Talk to her about your concern and ask why she doesn't want you to meet her friends. Her response can provide valuable insights into what's going on. If, even after this conversation, she continues to avoid introducing you to her social circle, you may need to reconsider the seriousness of this relationship. Number 10. Her priorities change, and you're left out. In a relationship, your partner should be one of the most important people in your life. However, if you start to notice that you're being relegated to the bottom of her priority list, this could be a sign that something is wrong. Maybe she started spending more time with new friends, neglecting the plans you've made together, or perhaps she's prioritizing hobbies or activities that make you feel left out. These changes can be devastating to your self-esteem and the relationship as a whole. But it's important to distinguish between legitimate changes in her priorities and signs that you're no longer a priority. We all have busy lives, and sometimes other things require our attention, but if you feel like you're constantly being put on the back burner, it's time to act. Talk to her about your concerns. Ask if there's something that's changed in her life that you're not aware of. Maybe she's going through a period of stress or facing personal challenges that are causing her to distance herself. But if you find out that these changes are more about a lack of interest or commitment to the relationship, it may be time to reconsider your position. Finally, remember, you should never rush to make a decision. Relationships are complex and require time, patience, and open communication. If many of these signs are present, it might be time for an honest conversation to better understand her past and intentions. You deserve someone who values and respects you for who you are. Don't settle for less. I hope this guide has been helpful to you. If you've made it this far, leave the comment, "I deserve the best," and commit to building genuine and lasting relationships. Thank you for your attention and see you in the next video.